great. Chief. The chief is compromised. Do I have to go back to this other guy and tell him to go blow smoke? Maybe I will, just for the sake of doing it. Because, you know, why not? So, how'd it go? I'm sorry, but Sheila won't come back. Aha, Mr. Conrad, I'm sure you were joking. I am not. She is not coming back. She signed a contract. I thought you were supposed to enforce the law. Listen, Mr. Thompson. You will leave her alone. Forget about the customer I asked you about. I don't need your help anymore. If you don't leave Sheila alone, I will come up with something and have your place searched. I'm sure you won't risk that, will you? Mr. Conrad, I must ask you to leave my agency. We're closed at the moment. Remember what I said, Mr. Thompson. Goodbye. That actually felt pretty good. Talk to Gary. We also have to go find out about the freaking marina thing too, right? So, I need to be on the 5th floor. Oh, here we go. Hey Gary, sorry about being short with you earlier. I had to follow an important lead. Was it worth it? It was, let me fill you in. Apparently the woman that tied up Lila had some procedure done to look very similar to her. I suspect she impersonated her to get close to a customer. Lila told me as much. We had a little chat earlier. I'm almost positive the client is the old man the impersonator stole the data from. The customer originally booked a different girl, but then someone paid her to cancel the appointment. Wait. Why go through the trouble? Why not impersonate the original girl? I guess because she's his go-to. He knows her too well and he would have noticed it's not her. How did they know that he'd pick an alternative and not cancel altogether? Maybe that's what he did in the past. Like I said, he's a regular. And how did they know it would be Lila? I don't think they did. The sniper said something about the woman's new appearance. Maybe they changed her looks after the appointment had already been accepted. And it healed within a few days? That kind of tech is rare. But how is any of this connected to our case other than the perp talking to that woman? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. It seems like an entirely different operation. Any idea who the escort agency's customer is? It's our chief. Here's the kicker. I think it's our chief. What? Customer's name is Liam Campbell, and his address is in the right area. Need to call HQ immediately. When did she meet him? 2 days ago, I think. Alright, listen up. Meet me back at HQ in half an hour. Go over all the facts again and get ready to intervene in the handover. I'll have Saito look into our owner of the hideout apartment. Let's sort the rest out later. Catching the sniper remains our top priority. Copy that. See you at HQ. To the train.
As I was making my way back down through the maze of Matuna's living quarters, I tried to untangle the threads of the conspiracy before me. Every detail I uncovered seemed to open up a number of new questions. What exactly was the connection between the stolen data and Banny's murder? It felt like there was a bigger plan underneath, like we were just scratching the surface.
You think? Well, I could have told you we were just scratching our asses 10 minutes ago. I do want to see if I can talk to this guy about the boat. They won't let me through here. This must not the place? Uh-oh. Phone's going off. Hi, Neil. I just wanted to remind you to check out Perp's boat. Harbor's right on the other side of the train station. Thanks for the reminder. I'll have a look. Take care. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I guess it's on the... Oh, there it is. There's the sign for it. I was like... Sir, may I ask what you're doing at Matuna Harbor? Don't think I've seen you before. Good evening, sir. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. CDI? Holy moly, that's unexpected. My name's Harry Truff. I'm with TSW. Can I help you? Can I take a look around the harbor? I'm looking for a boat that could be important to my case. I'm sorry, but TSW only allows club members and registered guests down at the pier. What about law enforcement? Right. If you can tell me the ID of a specific boat you're investigating, I'm allowed to let you in. Well, in that case, I'm looking for a boat named Berta. The ID is 220190. You check. Right, that one's docked down at the pier. I'll let you have a look. Please don't touch the other boats. Don't tell me what boats I can and can't touch. What are you, my boat whisperer? I don't know what else I was going to say there. There you go. Berta? Well, hello there. What is this? An open first aid kit. Some untangled bandages lie on top of the other contents. Pocket laser cutting device. It cuts leave a blue residue. A stink full of bristly red hair. Looks like our guy shaved his entire beard off. Well, that's good. That's good information. It's very good information. Actually, do I not have my... I do have it on, right? Yeah. Okay. Anything else around here? Oh, I'm supposed to go up and talk to this guy too, right? Or how I do that. I guess I could talk to him now that this kid's not going to bother me. Okay. Come on over here. The red herring. Beer here's the best in town. Excuse me, sir. What does a place in this harbor cost? How much to rent a berth in this harbor? $50 a month, $500 for a year. Pay for Ed. Alright, I'll rent a spot for a year then. You? Well, I guess you'll be the type of customer management is looking for these days. I'm not renting the spot for myself. I'll send you the details about the new tenant. That works too, I guess. I think that's probably the easiest way that's going to go. Hello? Neil Conrad here. What? Who is this? Neil Conrad. I'm the CDI agent. We spoke earlier. I don't know no CDI agent. You asked me to help you with your old spot at Mantua Harbor. I arranged it. You're good to come back. You... what? Look, if you're making fun of me, I'm not. You can return next month. I paid for a year. I'll send you the contract. Ah, today seems to be my lucky day. Thank you, sir. Heard that, old lady? We're going back. How about in return you tell me all you know about that guy who stole your friend's boat? Right. I noticed the feller when he started the motor. He cut the rope with a knife like it was butter. And those are big-ass ropes, I tell you. Tough as bones. You see what the man looked like? I didn't catch a lot of details. He was in a hurry to get away. But when he started speeding away, it fell right off his head. Must have been a hat after all. Could it have been a wig? Yeah, or a wig. Whatever it was, he was bald underneath. Are you sure of that? Yep, his head was polished like a bowling ball. Great, thank you. Anything else you remember? No, look, my eyes aren't what they used to be, and neither is my memory. Alright, you've been a great help. Have a nice day, Ed. You bet I will. So he says his memory's not particularly good, but we did see that the guy shaved his beard. At least. But maybe he shaved his head, too? Or he was wearing a wig the whole time? Which would mean that the way I filled out the sheet is wrong then. Because you would have, you'd be bald and shaved. Right? Alright. I'll just keep that in there just in case. Log. Need for the spot. Clues. First aid kit, pocket laser, sink. Looks like I got all the clues there. Van, baller, traffic data. Got all the clues. That's good. Alright, in transit. Getting a phone call. Mr. Conrad, this is Felicia, the bartender from Sakura Hotel. Your colleague gave me your cell info. Listen, I want to thank you for not telling anyone what I did. You're not going to snitch on me later, are you? No, you're good. I don't think you knew what you were doing. I didn't know, I promise. Thank you. Listen, I remembered something that might be helpful. The guest you were after, that Diaz guy? I think he had a bruise on his arm. I saw it when he was on his way to the van. His instrument fell down, he rushed to pick it up, and he suddenly put his hand on his head. I saw a pretty nasty cut between his wrist and elbow. It looked fresh. Thank you for letting me know. Give me a call if you remember anything else. Should probably then put that in there as he had a cut on his wrist. Or CDI HQ. That's more descriptive than he had a viola case. And we know that there was blood at the scene too, so that it'll be able to match it up with his blood. Right? So he has a cut arm. Probably have a cut arm. Do that. Okay. See what we got going on here. The news? The news first. Wealth gap increase shows no sign of stopping, I guess. The centrist. A new study at the Institute for Planetary Equality has concluded that both the wealth and income gaps between Gara's rich and poor has further increased since a similar study was published 5 years ago. The disparity between upper and lower layer citizens in Gara's center districts is especially striking. In 1834, ground-level inhabitants made on average approximately 20% of an upper's income, which decreased further to a little over 15% last year. The problem is only amplified by an accelerating gentrification process that is making affordable living space increasingly hard to come by in parts of the lower layers. Those who can afford to stay are often there by choice rather than necessity, a mix of artists, surveillance skeptics, academics, and other small groups for whom the lower layers are the preferred living space. It is not to say that life for uppers is always easy. The study has also shown that the increasing disparities in CEO pay and worker pay, 400 to 1, average percentage of income that goes to rent, 40%, and other metrics affect virtually all parts of society. Getting a bit close to home there. I don't have to talk to anybody, I can just walk right in. And walk right in. Don't say hi to our colleagues or anything, we're just like, who you got? There we go, morning Conrad. I guess I gotta use the stairs, huh? Hey, Neil! Hi, Sato. Good to see you. This case really has me on edge. Yeah, me too. Chief wanted me to tell you that we invited 2 special guests. They're waiting for you in the conference room upstairs. Who? Why? CEOs of Millix and Dyson Enterprises. They had dinner with Benny right before he was shot. Millix and Dyson? As in probably the biggest mining companies in the world? Honestly, you probably don't even need to say mining for that to be accurate. Holy shit. Wish someone had told me earlier. I'm not exactly prepared for this. Sorry, I just got word from the Chief. That reminds me, he also wants to talk to you after you've questioned him. Alright, thanks for letting me know. I can only imagine what the Chief wants to talk about. You've been spread rumors about me? And the ladies? No, Chief. That's totally not me. I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning, gentlemen. I am Agent Neil Conrad. Good morning, Mr. Conrad. Abbott Dyson, Dyson Enterprises. Morning. Dan Kim, Millix. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get right to the point then. I have a busy day ahead of me. Yes, of course. The 2 of you had dinner with Mr. Banny last night, correct? Yes. And you're aware of what happened after he left? We were just told. Terrible. It's a tragedy. Our upcoming negotiations with Banny were of utmost importance to our relationship with Drovia. Not that you had any real interest in negotiating. What are you implying? I'm not implying anything. I'm saying very clearly that you only stand to gain from this tragedy. With Banny dead, any real hope for Drovian independence goes out the window, which means we maintain the status quo where you already have all you want. That's preposterous. Was I or was I not at the negotiating table? If everything had been hunky-dory, I would have stayed on Million. That doesn't change the fact that the only ones who will suffer from this will once again be the Drovian people. Oh, come on. As if you give a damn about the Drovian people. The only aspect of Drovian independence you care about is your prospect of selling Telenium to whoever you want. Okay. You're competitors. This is a difficult situation. I get it. I'm mostly interested in last night. Let me think. What was that dinner about? You don't mind me asking, why were you at dinner with him in the first place? A mining business is an important pillar of the system-wide economy. We talk to politicians sometimes. But it was a lobbying thing? And it was just the three of you? Just the three of us and our staff. I wouldn't say lobbying necessarily. Really more of a social event. Of course, you sometimes talk business at those. I imagine you do. So were there important business things to talk about? We'll mostly save those for the trade summit, which I suppose will be cut short now without its protagonist. I see. Let me think. Did Banny seem paranoid? Mr. Banny seemed strange last night, maybe on edge or paranoid? No, but I never met him before, so I wouldn't know what he's normally like. What about you, Mr. Dyson? I knew him quite well. We traveled here from Drovia on the same ship. He behaved normally last night, I would say. I see. Let me think. Did Banny have enemies? Mr. Banny have any enemies? Anyone who stands to gain from maintaining the status quo, I suppose. Oh, yeah? Well, maybe someone who is happy that all Drovia will be really riled up over all this. There was no real chance they would have gotten their independence from these negotiations anyway. Or maybe now they'll revolt and just take it. Ever thought about that? I don't think much about conspiracy theories, no. Nobody concrete. Maybe someone disgruntled, or someone who overtly threatened him. No, but to be fair, veiled threats are much more common in politics anyway. Any veiled threats then? None that I'm aware of. Me neither. I see. Alright, thank you for your time. If you give me your cell contacts, I might need to get back to you in case I have more questions. Why not? Of course, there you go. That felt pointless, but I guess we're being thorough, so sure. Alright, so the chief wanted to talk to me. Where? I can't go up that way, so gotta be down here somewhere. Very, not particularly wide office space, is it? Upstairs in the conference room. Yeah, I've been up there. Oh wait, is he... Maybe he was on the other side of the conference room? Not the way. Else over here? No. Interact with those guys. Makes sense. Oh, is the chief just over here? No. Maybe this way? Can't open that door. Go that way. Oh, maybe I gotta go. They won't let me go past him. They won't let me go past him. Am I supposed to... Oh, I've already talked to them. What else am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to tell them to get out? What does it say on my thing here? Talk to Chief, yeah. Okay, I want to talk to Chief. Where is the Chief at? Is he... Oh, this other room I can interact with. Maybe he's over here. Yep, there he is. Agent Conrad. Good morning. Good morning, Chief. Saito told me you want to talk to me. I do. Let's not beat around the bush. Agent Long informed me about your suspicion that a hostile power recently tried to get close to me. Have any reliable proof of that? I have some testimonies that point to it, as if you were a client after all. Found a girl named Lila tied up in her apartment. She works for the Lotus Escort Agency. She was going to meet a man named Liam Campbell 2 days ago. That's why I thought, I'll save you the headache. Yes, I am the client. What makes you think a hostile agent was involved? Seems like the woman who paid you a visit wasn't the real escort. She had a procedure done that looked very similar to her. She also seems to be in contact with Banny's murderer. We have a recording of their conversation. It seems probable that she tried to take advantage of your connection to the escort agency. I see. Any idea what her objective might be? Did you notice anything suspicious when you met her? Nothing comes to mind. She didn't seem particularly interested in my professional life. Anything go missing since she visited you? Sounds like you already have a suspicion. Out with it. Fake escort talked about some data she stole, I think from you. Is that what the sniper is going to hand over at Joris Plaza? Exactly. I don't have any relevant data at home, except on my cell, of course. Maybe she got a chance to access your cell without you noticing? I will talk about that with my superiors. I understand. Look, sir. Can't help but notice that you're dissatisfied with my decision to talk to Agent Long about your involvement. I was following the chain of command. What should I have done instead? Kept it a secret? Should have called me before talking to Agent Long. I understand. I admit that I could have called you first. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing. Agent Long is my immediate superior, so I reported to him first. It's been a rough night for all of us. One more thing, Conrad. You didn't talk to a girl named Sheila Nowak, did you? I did. She wanted to know if you were all right. Might want to give her a call. She okay? Yeah, she's fine. Looks like she finally has all the money she needs to go to university. Good to hear. We have to focus on the sniper now. The handover has taken place in less than 3 hours. Get down to the mission briefing. They're waiting for us. How was it talking to those two CEOs? They don't seem to like each other very much. What'd you expect? Top mining guy from Drovia and top mining guy from Gara. They're probably mortal enemies. I expected them to be less open about it. I think that rich and influential folks would be more reserved. But the truth is, many of them are the most brazen, least classy individuals in the system. Amen. Now that we're complete, let's recap what we found out so far. Our suspect goes by Diaz, but his real name seems to be Boit. He's still at large. He shot Banny around 1:39 this morning from the top floor of Sakura Hotel. Shortly after, he was picked up by an unknown accomplice who dropped him off at the lower layers. That's when he switched to a stolen boat as a second getaway vehicle. He docked it at Machua Harbor, where his ID was picked up nearby a train station. He then paid a woman called Zora a visit. She seems to be involved in another scheme that might be linked to our case. Earlier this week, she attacked and tied up an escort girl named Lila Clark to temporarily assume her identity. She went to see an important client in her stead and stole some data from him. The sniper convinced her to give him the stick containing that data. He will pass it on to an unknown third party at Joris Plaza at 8:30. Our plan is to intervene and catch the sniper and his associates red-handed. We're going to place plainclothes agents into cafes and snipers on the rooftop. The operation will be overseen by Agent Kumar, head of the response team, and probably a manager at White Castle, I imagine. Conrad and I will be watching from the sidelines, ready to go in if needed. Joris Plaza is a popular place with lots of breakfast joints. It will be swarming with people. We have to be very careful not to endanger any civilians. Questions? How will we identify the sniper? Conrad has been collecting data on what he looks like. We have to rely on that. Do we have any details on the woman the sniper visited? Not really. He was surprised to see our perp. Seems like the meeting wasn't part of their original plan. We're not sure if he lied to her to get the stick. If so, it's possible that he's not planning on taking it to the handover at all. Alright then, Conrad, go ahead and submit that sheet on what the sniper looks like. Take your time to go over all the logs and evidence again. We only have one chance to get this right. Well, I've been keeping that sheet up to date, sir, so put down here. And we're gonna roll with it because we know that he shaved his head. Sink full of bristly red hair. Looks like our guy shaved his entire beard off. So we know he shaved his beard off. So he's shaven. There was an open first aid kit. We know he was bleeding on his arm, probably. There was cutout glass, bathtub. We never did find out about the bathtub DNA. Vehicle tracker, the paper with a note. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with what we've got here. That he's bald because his hair flew off. That's what the old man said. That his hair flew off. So we're gonna say that he's bald. He has a cut arm, and he's shaved. And we'll see what. I mean, he definitely had a Viola case, but he probably doesn't have it with him anymore. So I'm going to say he's got a cut arm because we know that he's shaved, and I'm assuming he's bald. He was a redhead at the hotel, but it looked like that was maybe a wig. So we're going to say bald. We're going to submit. I got the sheet from Conrad, forwarding it to Agent Kumar now. Let's get ready. Tourist Plaza. Good Lord, there's a lot of people here. T-minus 90 seconds. Snipers report. Damn, it's more crowd out there than I had expected. I don't think our snipers would get a clear shot. Hope we won't need them. Did I ever tell you the story of how I joined the CDI? Possible target from entrance C, now at the fountain, still alone. Yeah, you saved Major Glover's life when you were still a policeman. I wasn't on duty that day, but when I saw that guy pull out a gun, I didn't hesitate. So it landed me a job at the CDI. I was so nervous when the chief invited me for an interview. Nothing that got me that nervous again in the 15 years since, till today. If we don't book this guy today, someone will have to take the fall for Benny's murder. And we are first in line. Oh, there is a timer going. I didn't even realize that. Find out soon enough. Always wanted to join a CDI, and it seemed like that ship had sailed already. But here I am, because I've always been on the side of justice. And that's why we're going to get through this as well. Good things come to good people, huh? What they say, make a stop right there, tie your shoes. they're talking here, and we're like chatting. Don't they say the road? Yeah, okay. It's going down any second now. Let's focus. Seems to be a date. You can hear suspect A talking. Sounds harmless so far. It's not exactly 8:30. Keep your eyes open. No exact matches of target description yet. Maybe he shows up late. Oh boy. I might have screwed this up. Person at entrance B looks like a very close match. Copy. Unit Beta, go after him. Head towards the fountain. Oh, this is actually tense for not being anything going on right now. Can I get an audio feed? I'm not close enough yet. Picking up the pace. Oh boy. Seems to be moving towards the man sitting right ahead. They're shaking hands, very likely to be the accomplice. Alright, Beta, move in and make the arrest. Got the suspect and his accomplice. Be discreet. Or get the suspect and be discreet. Don't make more noise than you need to. I think they noticed you. Oh boy. Big guy is getting up. You spooked them. Get a move on. Jesus, we can't do anything except sit here. The other guy is standing up and reaching into his pockets. Oh, he's gonna pull out a gun, isn't he? Watch out, gun! Yep. Shit, follow me, Conrad. Oh boy. Ah! This is awesome. Oh man. Alright. Here's the fountain here. We got them. I was going to make the arrest when the big guy jumped out of his chair. Tried to make a run for it and the other one pulled a gun on me. Luckily I was already close enough to grab it. I think nobody got hurt. Excellent work. Did any of the other people running away strike you as suspicious? No, everybody only started moving when the gun discharged. Good, let's bring them in and see what they have to say. See, Conrad? Good things come to good people. Oh, Jesus. Oof.
Once the adrenaline had worn off, the uncomfortable train seat and glaring sunlight were the only things stopping me from falling asleep. My implants had been injecting me with a substance keeping me alert and focused all night, and now I came crashing down hard. I seemed to remember glances from the people around me. I wondered if there was blood on my clothes, but I couldn't be bothered to check. The confrontation at Joris Plaza had been hairier than expected, but catching the sniper and his associate was a huge win. I wondered if this was the beginning of the end of the case, or just its beginning. I finally got up at my stop and left the train, only to suddenly wake up in my seat again and realize it had been a dream. I decided to stand next to the door for the rest of the ride.
Huh. Dozing off. I would imagine. I imagine he would be. Does that confirm that we actually got the sniper? I'm still not entirely convinced.
A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
Huh. We could. We go visit Kat. I mean, we probably should. Visit our daughter and everything. That's dead. Yeah, talk to Kat optional. Walk home. Smoked in total 3. I love how they got the total number of cigarettes I've smoked here. Aerodrovia New Drawer in 26 minutes. Where's the news at? There was a news thing here, right? I can grab. I don't want to go too far though and have it be like, you decide not to talk to your daughter. Oh. thought there was a newsstand. Maybe it's up here, maybe. I just like the world that they've built here. I like it's really good. Very surprised by this. I was not expecting it. I mean, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's very effective. I was not expecting how effective it would be. Here we go. There's some news. What do we got? The Giants are talking, the centrist. While everyone's eyes were trained on Banny and Robertson at the Trading Summit's first day, a few other notable discussions were going on in the background. Most notably, the mining giants Dan Kim from Millix and Abbott Dyson from Dyson Enterprises got together in person for the first time in their lives. Their relationship is tense. While Dyson extracts the majority of Drovia's titanium, its profits are severely undercut by its status as a colonial entity. By contrast, Millix is not only able to sell its ores directly to places like Themis and New Joran, but also buys up the titanium from companies like Dyson to resell it at a higher price. The ore prices Gara pays us have not changed in a long time, while costs steadily increase, Dyson complained in a recent interview with the Drovian Trade Journal. At this rate, we won't be able to turn any profit at all in a few years. Millix CEO Kim assured that his company would critically examine the situation, but added that the margins are not that big. The idea that we exploit other mining companies based in Drovia, is not based in reality. Whether anything will change between the two companies remains to be seen. However thin they want us to believe their margins to be, it is important to keep in mind that both CEOs are billionaires, with a history of underpaying their workers, cutting corners, and initiating mass layoffs whenever their companies have faced financial problems in the past. Or go back to our own apartment, but I think we'll go visit Kat because, you know, I want to check in on our daughter and everything. So let's do that. Here. Catherine. Oh, hi, Neil. What are you doing here? I just wanted to say hello to Laura. Really? Who are you? Nice to see you too. Sorry, I'm just surprised. Laura's still asleep upstairs. I wouldn't wake her up if I were you. A late riser, just like her mom. More like every teenager ever. Fair enough. You want coffee? No, thanks. I'm actually headed to bed. I'm just coming back from work. Been a long night. Oh, that's rough. Wait. You didn't have anything to do with that shootout that's all over the news right now, did you? Actually, I did, but it was practically over by the time I got there. Oh my god, are you okay? They wouldn't have let me go if I'd caught a bullet. You don't say. I mean, are you emotionally okay? Was I ever? Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. No, it's fine. Sorry. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What was that whole thing about? Nobody seems to know anything yet. I can't tell you. But you'll hear it on the news soon enough. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back in one piece. I have to catch the next train if I don't want to be late for work. But if you want, you can stick around until Laura wakes up. We both know that's not going to happen for another hour. True. Well, you can stop by later if you want. I gotta run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' place tonight. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14. But I feel like she's had a hard time connecting with her peers, so this could be a good thing. What do you think? I don't know. Is she gonna be kissing people or what? I mean, freaking let her go. Let her have some fun. Laura's very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Won't be doing drugs or anything like that, although she probably will be. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. Okay. Is there anything to investigate in here? Oh yeah, there she is up in bed. Alright, well I won't wake her up. I like how in order to get up to her room you have to go out on the fire escape to go up there. To come in that way. Yeah, we're not gonna, let's not wake her up. If I know what being a teenager was like, you don't wake a teenager up. It's just you're just in for a world of hurt if you do. All right, let's head back to our apartment since we have not slept. And I think it did say at the end of the last episode that he had like some kind of stim that just wore off. So he's like super dragging his butt right now. Wait, where's our can I not get back to our apartment? Did I forget where the apartment was? I think his apartment is up on that other thing, right? I think I was in the right spot. I just had to keep going to the left or to the right, I mean. Let's go this way. Oh, is that the news? Do I have any new news? I do. The Giants are talking. While everybody's eyes were trained on Banny and Robertson at the training summit's first day, a few other notable discussions were going on in the background, most notably the mining giants. Oh, I think I read this already. Yeah, I read this last time around. I recognize the thing. Okay. No problem. Oh. Hey, Tony. Hey, wait a minute. Huh? I know you. You're the guy who came to our flat yesterday. You told that old scumbag to leave my sister alone. I did. That was really nice of you, man. Didn't think you uppers would help out us save it. She left this morning, chasing her dream. Glad I could help. I have to get home now. Have a nice day. Sure. But all Tana's blessings, man. Thanks. You too. Alright. Consequences to our action. Did they fix the ident thing outside my thing?
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall. I was so tired in that moment that my reflex of emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
When all else fails, repress. Repress. Alright, you gonna let me in here? Welcome. Okay. It is letting me in, so they fixed the identity scanner. Oh, how's our, Hey, Horace, how's it going? I fed him already. Let's pet him. Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't need to be fed again. Go out and get another cigarette. Why not? We have anything? We don't have anything to say about it. Okay. You get the old nicotine before bed, you know?
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Banny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
So relevant now that it's 2021 after the previous year.